You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
The debate over Alberta's school libraries has taken another sharp turn, with Premier Danielle Smith announcing that the government is rewriting its ministerial order on banned books. This comes after weeks of confusion and backlash, sparked by a directive that initially required schools to remove any materials deemed to contain sexually explicit content, including images, audio, illustrations, and written passages. The controversy reached a boiling point when a draft list from Edmonton Public Schools was leaked. It showed that more than 200 titles, including classics like The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, 1984 by George Orwell, and even The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, were marked for removal. Popular series like Outlander and Game of Thrones were also on the chopping block. For many, this felt less like a safeguard for students, and more like a wholesale gutting of library shelves. In response, Alberta's Education Minister, Dimitrios Nicolaides, ordered school divisions to pause all work on compiling or removing books until further notice. He emphasized that no further action should be taken while the government reviews the order. The pause has been welcomed by some, but others see it as just another round in what the Alberta Teachers Association calls a frustrating game of red light, green light. Teachers had already spent time preparing for the new school year by removing books to meet an October deadline, only to be told to stop midway through the process. Premier Smith has since clarified that the government never intended for classics or celebrated works of literature to be targeted. She argued that Edmonton Public Schools had been too heavy-handed and misunderstood the policy's intention. According to Smith, the revised order will narrow its focus to books that contain images of sexually explicit content, rather than sweeping up literature that may include mature themes in written form. Still, the damage has been done. Atwood herself condemned the ban online, even writing a satirical short story to highlight the absurdity of censoring her work. Many in Alberta's education sector say the government's shifting stance has added unnecessary stress to teachers and confusion for parents and students alike. The Alberta Teachers Association, which represents more than 51,000 educators, is calling on the government to stop policing school library shelves altogether. In their view, teachers already juggle overwhelming responsibilities, and deciding which books belong in a library should not be another burden added to their plates. For now, the order remains paused, with no clear timeline for when a revised version will be issued. What is certain is that this debate has touched a nerve far beyond Alberta's classrooms, raising difficult questions about censorship, education, and who gets to decide what stories young people are allowed to read. Stay subscribed for more videos.